Hello, it's Tommy Oldham here. I've already put a load on about this summer's European Championships, but there is also another big international tournament happening. Yes, it's the Copa America. Played in South America this year, it's being played in North America and will feature teams from North America, including USA, Mexico, and Canada, who are hosting the 2026 World Cup. And it's the last opportunity they'll have, really, of competitive football beforehand. So today, we're looking at this, the Panini Copa America Sticker album I've managed to get hold of. We'll have to look at the album itself, some of the teams and some of the stickers I've got. So let's have a brew and let's see what we've got. Because of the short number of teams in South America, there was only 10 teams. Often it could only be a 12 team tournament with 3 groups or teams invited. This year it's going up to 16 teams with invites that have gone out. Invites include teams from North America, but also who use their own Nations League to qualify. The USA are hosting the tournament, but also included is Canada, Mexico and Jamaica, as I mentioned, the United States, Panama, and Costa Rica. For me, I've said for years, the Copa America and the Gold Cup should be played every 4 years, with this sort of tournament played in between. And it's not the first time that American teams, Mexican teams have took part, or the USA have hosted it. For me, it'd been better if they could have also played it, not at the same time as the European Championships. Not just good to watch. I'd love to have gone over and watched a couple of games. Copa America is on my bucket list, and from going to World Cups, both the South American countries and North American countries, their fans are passionate and mental when it comes to football. Now, the album itself is a lot smaller than the Panini ones we've seen in previous years for the Euros. As it's only 16 teams, you'd say it's cheaper. As it's only available in America, you've got to order it online. Postage costs will be extra. I'm not planning to fill this album. I'm just going to use the stickers I've got. I sort of got lucky as well when I got it. I was able to get hold of all of these stickers. I'll put you a pack out now. Don't worry, I'm not going to stand there and film myself opening every single pack. Don't worry. But we'll open a few. And then when we've got them all in, see what we've got so far. Now, the thing I've noticed on here is there's actually 18 nations. So I'm guessing the album's produced before the North American CONCACAF Nation League playoffs were complete. So you've got Honduras and Trinidad and Tobago, both mentioned on here, but neither of these have qualified. You also get your complimentary stickers that are already included. Timothy Weah is a standout. Remember his dad, George Weah, was a big legend for Liberia, one of the greatest strikers to have never played at a World Cup. Look at some of the pages now. So you can have obviously the venues, you've got a little map of America. If you do go over, it'll be a great dress rehearsal for some of the World Cup games. Argentina, Peru, Chile, Mexico, Ecuador, Venezuela, Jamaica, the United States of America. Although they were host, they did have to qualify for this one. They beat Trinidad and Tobago in a playoff. Christian Pulisic, former of Chelsea. Uruguay, Panama, remember he's played England in the World Cup in Russia in 2018. Bolivia, remember he's been at the World Cup in 1994. Brazil, one of the main favourites. Colombia, Paraguay, Canada, who played at the last World Cup but let me down and disappointed people. I expected them to do a lot better, to be fair. Costa Rica, Honduras, Trinidad and Tobago. They did play England at the World Cup, I think it was in 2002. Then there's a Legends page as well. I do like Panini albums, and the Euro 2024 one will come. Like, again, things like where you can scan the code in the app. You've got a Roll of Honour on here, so it says all the teams who won it: Uruguay, Argentina, Uruguay, Argentina, Argentina, Uruguay, Argentina, Peru, Argentina, Uruguay, Argentina, 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 Brazil, Paraguay, Argentina, Uruguay, Argentina, Argentina, Uruguay, Bolivia, Uruguay, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay, Uruguay, Brazil, Argentina, Argentina, Uruguay, Brazil, Brazil, Colombia, Brazil, Brazil, Uruguay, Chile, Chile, Brazil, Argentina. So Argentina and Uruguay are the two most successful teams. Argentina did have a long break over 30 years from 1991. This has been played a lot longer than the European Championships as well. And we've got some more complimentary tickets on here. Aston Villa goalkeeper Martinez, who remembers Demarai Gray, wants it to be a big player at England. I feel a bit more South American now with one of my Brazil shirts. Anyway, let's start by opening our first packet. So we've got Roberto Rives from Honduras, Richie Laria from Canada, Alistair Johnson from Canada. This looks like a legend. It looks like Cafu. I remember these sort of stickers in the old Merlin Premier League days where you used to have half and half. Rafina for Brazil. And a page. Well, I'm guessing this is one of like the main stickers like you get in the Euros where it talks about the countries and the stats of it. Once put it in the album, we'll get a better look. So I'm halfway through opening them. See, yeah, I've got quite a few. Recycling Man's going to have an absolute field day. So I've got all Brazil and over Brazil top on. Got all these stickers to front, and the first one I've got on top, I'll just put you here now. It's a Brazil shiny, and it actually came out the last pack as well. Anyway, so once we've got more stuck in, we'll have another look at who we've got. Ecuador. So now let's see this album itself. So obviously you've got a mascot on the first part, the eel and the match itinerary. A couple of the stadiums here. Some of these stadiums will be used, I believe, for the World Cup in 2026. Map, still missing a few. Some of the Argentina ones, Martinez, we all know his shithousery in that last final. And we know about his season at Villa. Palisos, Enzo Fernandez. Still missing quite a few. A bit sticky at times, these. Di Maria. It's gone to Peru now. Remember they made the World Cup in 2018 after a long absence. Alberto Solano was from Peru. That's a lot in here. Chile, they have won the Copa America before previously. Remember these when they had Salas and Ivan Zamorano. Claudio Bravo, the blast from the past. I haven't got Fidel yet. Always count on the Mexicans to liven up a tournament. They have a good league, but damn if you don't understand it, it's complicated. But it is entertaining. Irving Lozano is probably the most famous player at the present, especially after Xavi Hernandez used to play for him. You can remember back in the day, Barcelona defender. I've probably forgotten his name now as well, it'll come back to me. Ecuador. Marquez, that was that Barcelona defender. They haven't got Moses Casido, but he's probably the biggest high-profile player from Ecuador at the moment. Venezuela, now they're a funny one because they've often been the whipping boys in South America. They've never played for a World Cup. But you know what? I often wonder if they played in Europe under UEFA, how well they'd do. In Venezuela, baseball's a more popular sport. Again, they've not got him yet, but Rondon's the most high-profile player for them. Now, Jamaica, one of the teams from North America, taking part. Quite a few English-based players. I always remember Jamaica being at the World Cup in 1998. They had the likes of Robbie Earl playing for him, Rob Demara Gray, Michael Antonio, ex-Oldham player Bobby Reed, who we had on loan many years ago. USA were hosting it, and it's their last major competitive for the World Cup, to be eager to win this and host a fantastic tournament. I wish it was in another year or next month, so I could have attended. They have a bit of a mixed squad. Winston McKennie, we know he plays at Juventus. Timothy Weah, I already said he's the son of George Weah, who played for Liberia. Pepe plays for Freiburg. Uruguay, managed by Belcia, they'll be looking to get a trophy. Remember how well they did at Leeds, getting them back into the Premier League. And his Belsa ball tactics, his books are good read as well. Luis Suarez is the one last final dance for him. Will he take a bite out of the opposition again? Panama, who got to the World Cup in 2018, another team that's from America, they never got to the World Cup in Qatar, but came close. They're looking to get to that 2026 World Cup, with it being very expanded, and USA, Mexico and Canada already qualifying. Bolivia, now I do remember these at the World Cup in 1994 in USA. I remember they once had a Middlesbrough player as well, a striker. It's Moreno his name, but they haven't really done much on the international stage since then. But home games do have an advantage when they play at high latitude, especially the clubs in the Copa Libertadores, but it annoys the opponents. It's an advantage, but away from home they're not always that good. Then we come to the favourites, Brazil, host big names. We see Alisson, Marquinhos from PSG, Danilo, Morales, Emerson Royal, Casemiro, Bruno Guimaraes, Augusto, young Fitzgerald, big fingertips of him, Jesus as well, Diego, Martinelli, a host of names. I haven't got Endrick, who's going to be at Real Madrid next year, Vinicius Junior. Colombia, a team who over the years we've seen at World Cups. Never underestimate Colombia. You don't know which one's going to turn up. A team of good footballers, or the opposite. Asprilla is probably the most famous Colombians of all. Carlos Valderrama with that haircut. Now having Jefferson Lerma, football manager a few years ago. Paraguay, who remembers Rogue Santa Cruz, that played in England for many years, played for Blackburn. They have been to a few World Cups already. You saw that keeper, Joe's Silva, who took free kicks, penalties. Canada, who had a brilliant qualifying campaign, but were majorly disappointed in Qatar. Being host, to be looking to build on it and aiming to get through. We know Alphonso Davies is the star player, but at the moment I haven't got him. They'll be really looking to improve it and absolutely go for it, especially it's the last competitive tournament before the World Cup. Junior Oiler, who's played lots of player in England, Jonathan David, who's been a consistent goal scorer for Lille and probably looking to move on next few years. Costa Rica had a fantastic World Cup in 2014 and will probably be favourites to qualify for the next World Cup, but they'll be fancying their chances here as an outsider and a dark horse at this World Cup. Copa America. Joe Campbell, he played for Arsenal for a bit. Now Honduras haven't qualified, but just gonna have a look anyway. They have played at World Cups before. I think it was 2006 or 2002. They were at the last one, and maybe even later than that. Again, in Trinidad and Tobago, we have seen at World Cups. One World Cup before, they played England one year, but they've not qualified either. What it is, this album was produced before the CONCACAF Nations League had ended, so we just put them all in Here's the legends, half of Gabriel Batistuta, Romeo Caesar. My favourite striker of all time after Andy Ritchie, Ronaldo. Not sticker, but it's got a Victor Hugo Harris's ball. I hate pronouncing, my pronunciation is appalling. Carfu, what a brilliant defender he was. One that rang off. And that's it. Here's the roll of honour. Argentina are the holders. Uruguay were the first winners of it, and them and Argentina both hold a high number of wins at 15 each, Brazil at 9. So let's see where we end up. Thank you for watching my look at the Copa America Sticker album. If you've got one, feel free to add comments of which players you've got. I'm Tommy Oldham, see you on the terraces.